I remember in the beginning you were just weren't sure, and I'm just like I'm gonna just go this way, and go to the right. And then I remember here you working, and next thing you know you're above us. I'm just like, hey, you fucking,
Well, that's
you
how I
got
was
there,
saying,
bro.
like with Grant, where he was like, Grant, every time he came up on one, he was looking for like a way up. And I was looking for like the funnest, hardest way up.
Right.
I've seen a lot of ways up. You know what I mean? It was definitely easier ways up. The easiest ways go around. Like, if I'm going to do it, I want to do something fun. So I was like, it's only really like, it was like a 7-foot drop. So I was like, if I land flat, which is like kind of how I was, I'll be all right.
See, and I mean, that like
mainly that bag.
Oh yeah, bro!
Like
shift your weight around. I remember there was one time it shifted from my right to my left side. I'm just like, whoa, got you.
But it also felt good sometimes, like when I was trying to get low on things, having extra weight.
Oh yeah, bro! Just climb up those things. Period, with that extra weight on. It's just like, you just gotta get it. And it's, like I said, like when I was touching the rock, bro, it just felt so nice, bro, because you touch it and it's such a cool, like cold surface. I'm just like,
oh yeah,
you can feel
the
like
moss and shit up there, man.
On this bitch, you can climb it and shit, and you're climbing at like steep angles.
And then having that beach back there, that was just crazy, bro. That was so cool, man. Yeah, that one climb was just so perfect. How it went up like that. I was just like, man, that's like meant to be climbed, man. Yeah. Just like the other like steps that we found at the end, where it was just like one rock after another of steps, basically. That's fucking perfect, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when you think about like how like these trails like worked, people would just find ways. Like, there were just those people early on, from pretty much from the beginning of history. They're just like, I'm gonna climb that. So there's a mountain there. Well, we're gonna climb it and see what happens. I mean, there's all like, when you're just bored in a village, it's just like it's a true test of man to climb that mountain.
Yeah.
And then people just start climbing that fucking mountain, man.
But like personally for me, I always thought like hiking would be boring. And it is if you really don't get off trail, to be honest with you. Like, I'm good. Like I got to like as a kid, I guess I just always thought like, man, people got them fucking poles and they're just going slow. And it's like, okay, you're walking and you're sightseeing. But like what we did Saturday, that was hiking to me, or what we did on the Appalachian. Yeah. That was hiking. That was like, we had obstacles. Yeah. And I like that.
Exactly.
That was cool.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's, like there's not a lot of like trails in Maryland, but like America has some crazy landscapes, bro. There's one in Utah. It's the deadliest hike you can partake in. That's what they say. But I mean, it does have the highest amount of like accidental like death rate, but like, that's, I mean, like if as long as you keep it safe, like you're good, It's it's one of the hikes in, I think it's Mount Zion in Utah, and those red canyons and shit, bro.
I'll be down.
Exactly, man.
I mean, we definitely weren't taking it safe though.
Oh yeah, 100%, bro.
We definitely took some risk out there.
Yeah, and that's what felt good.
That's the funnest part, right?
I remember a couple of the points when I'm climbing the rocks. It's like there was a point where I'm just like, I'm just sitting. I'm just like, why'd you come up here? And I'm just like, fuck you. And I'm just gonna climb, It's like,
I fucking want to. That felt good.
Because I remember, like, especially when you're like, I don't know if there's a way down. I'm like, well, I can't go back. Well, I gotta go over. I'm just like, shit.
It just kind of like every time we climbed up one, it kind of felt like when we looked back at that mountain after we had got down off the Appalachian, and we looked back. It's gonna be cool to say that in like 50 years, like we got down off the Appalachian.
Yeah,
shit like that, right? It's shit like that. It's gonna be so cool. Fucking Lewis.
Just like just talking to people, and it's like every time you hear someone talking about it,
I
took
like, that first 16 on the Appalachian from B to C.
You were on the AT?
Yeah, it's like, AT connected up to that Billy Godet. Yeah, I swear, right outside of there on Jonesburg. Yeah, it's like Jonesburg. You should stay up there. Yeah, that's beautiful, beautiful.
That's why, like, I'm so fucking excited to get for the Memorial Day weekend one, bro. Or we're gonna go do that shit again, man. Just try and get it completed all. It's gonna be so fucking cool, man.
Yeah, bro. And I think we definitely can do it, man. At the very least, we're getting that 17.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
I think we'll be able to, get past that, bro. I think we'll be able to. I think we can do it all, bro. I think we really can.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's like 40-something, 42 total, I think. But we'd already did like 10, I think. So I think like probably about 32 miles left.
Yeah, I think you can do that in 4 days. Well, you want to do it in 3, but I think we can do it in 3. But like, you can.
Well, we're getting out there early Friday.
Yeah.
Take off that Friday.
Yeah, I already put my day in.
I gotta put mine in.
Yeah, put my day in
on that.
Yeah.
Take off that Friday. Get out there early. 10.
Yeah, and just start walking, bro.
10.
And just start getting it, man. We got the cool thing about this one is like there's a lot of like cool like mountains on the way. Pretty much. Like I showed you, like we're along that like mountain ridge that whole time,
Yeah.
going up and down those ridges. So it's like it's gonna definitely be a hike, and it's gonna definitely be a challenge. I mean, we were getting it, with it when we were out there, bro.
I feel like we proved that we could move. Like we
Yeah,
can cover
yeah.
distance. It's more about
Yeah,
like
we're gonna get later.
we're definitely gonna get lighter, but it's more about
Bro.
our time management, right? That was one of our flaws for sure. Like we really didn't understand when we should be hiking, but we also were just camping a random spot that we knew we had to go. If we were at a shelter, we probably would have left even later. Probably would have slept till 9 or something,
Well, I mean, the one we were doing was technically a 4-day hike, that you're supposed to take.
Yeah, I'm just saying as far as like the way that we did it. Remember, because we're at that second stop at like 2 p.m.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, we're gonna be at shelter at like 3. So that sucks for the rest of the day. It's like you're at this other. You're like, we're gonna do some shit in the woods. I'm like, yeah, I mean, but there is only 2 of us too. It's not like it's some huge group thing that we're gonna be setting up. And it's like, oh, we're gonna run a fucking football game or something. Yeah, it's like, all right, well, what can we do at like this spot that they decided we stayed at? I had the most fun being scared at night that first night. Like that was probably the best part of it all, right? Is the fact that we just did that. And it was insane, and like I thought that was cool, but I also was like thinking about like going farther in. The farther you go in, I think the less you're gonna see those type of people, Like when you go on that 17 one, you're 8 in. I don't think you're seeing people like that.
Oh yeah, no.
So you
post
hike
a while to get in the middle of that
post
bitch.
up, you gotta be careful, man, That's why I said I would love a Team Bravo. Just not even in our tent. If that's what it was, so be it. But a second tent, with 2 people in it, bro. Just for that extra pair of eyes, extra pair of ears.
Security.
Yeah, security, 100%, bro. Like, for sure. But I feel like people will tell you all day they want to do shit like that. But, like, it's not something like we realize. We can say it now. Fuck that. We can say now. We know, We really did do it,
Yeah.
And we know, like, it's definitely not easy to just go out there in the fucking night, set up a fucking tent, stay in there, properly feed yourself, hike the right amount of miles. Like, people say that they want that shit, but how many people? I mean, you don't see nobody, like, oh, bro, you guys did that? I'm grabbing a bag. I'll comment. What do I got to do to go? They're just like, oh, that sounds awesome. Well, just like we did before you go. You're like, oh yeah, that sounds like fun. You go out there, it's hard, and at the time we're like, fuck, this is way harder than we thought. But at the end, we're like, whoa, like that was something I never felt before, really, man. Like that was a type of feeling that was like, it's like when you leave the amusement park, but then you didn't go to the amusement park. I mean? Like you leave them, you're like, whoa, like there was like this adrenaline dump when we were kind of in this zone when we were going up the side of that mountain. We just were kind of in a zone. Like we were geeking, but we weren't really talking. Yeah. It's just like break.
And that's the thing, like, like I felt like, like everything I thought about, everything I tried to like, think about while I was out there, I thought about, and like, there wasn't a moment where like I ever felt like, the anxiety or fear that I thought I might feel, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, I mean, like we were only out there for like, the day and the night, but it's like I felt a lot more comfortable out there than like what I initially thought I would. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when we were just out there, just hiking that bitch in the middle of nowhere, just like, I never once felt like, I don't know, like just like worried. Just like I was just out here in the woods. I'm just like, man, we're fucking getting it out this bitch. Like it just felt like it's like I felt like at home almost in that bitch, bro.
I realized I probably don't need to carry my knife when I'm walking through the trail.
Oh no,
probably just have it right there.
What?
I was scared.
I was
scared, bro. But honestly, I'm more danger to myself falling or something. I kept thinking about that. Like you're grabbing things with one knife in your hand. Like I think we can just put it there and grab it if it comes to it.
Yeah.
But the only time I really felt fear was like, after you going to sleep. Because the whole time we're setting up that camp, I'm like, all right, we are doing this. We've came too far, obviously. Braves heading back, we are just, I don't even know where we're at. So I don't know where that started at.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or even where we were at on the show.
Yeah, so we started there, and we just go out there. We're like, okay, this is where we're setting up a tent. And we set it up, and then, like, I felt okay until you went to sleep, and I was just thinking, like, damn, I don't like the fact that, like, we're sleeping and like I don't know when we have to technically be up, and we didn't technically set this up properly. I don't know, are we visible? Like now when we go, we're gonna set that tent up before sun goes down. We also got more sun now, more daylight. We're gonna go in somewhere that's way more hidden, you know, instead of just being like, I knew that we probably weren't in the best location, you know. So it's like a lot of things where I'm like, fuck, like, is this even legal? Like, is a trooper gonna come by? That was mainly my fears, you know, like, is some trooper gonna come up in the morning, like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Just, you cannot do this shit.
Yeah.
You know, like,
See, I just figured that would be what it was, you know. If
like,
that would happen, you know.
but was it? Because what if we said say we did the same thing, but we made it up the mountain, like right after that sightsee, right after where we stopped at, and for that sightseeing. Say we walk like a little bit farther from there, and we set up camp, and then in the morning, all those people were walking by, bro.
Oh yeah.
We were at the beginning of the trail. Only like 4 or 6 people walked by. You're talking about if we'd have been like up there, if we'd have kept going and stopped.
Especially because you're coming a different way.
You're talking like 30, 40 people was walking by, bro.
Yeah.
And they might have all seen us when they're dead there, you know? So, I don't know. I just think those like 6, 8 people pretty much walked by except for them 2 people. And they didn't stop us. You know, they just were like, hey.
It's just like I would just come out that bitch is like, we're walking the AT. We're walking the whole AT.
We're sovereign citizens.
The whole AT.
Yeah, the same we're going AT. We left our jobs.
Like, what are you telling me? Like, this is day 56 on this bitch.
I do it.
What?
They're like, you're in the beginning.
We haven't been stopped once.
Now you're telling me. I think that those old people probably looked at it like kind of how we looked at it, you know, like how we would look at it. Like, oh, man, that's pretty cool, you know? Like, they didn't seem mad.
I thought they were cool, you know? At first, I saw them look at the way they were looking at them. It's like, to see if they were going to say something.
But then we seen them again, Mom, brother. Like, you guys camping here? It's like, yeah, you know?
Yeah, well, you know.
But we didn't see anyone else, like, with the tent besides, like, that one dad and son.
Yeah.
And we didn't really know, like, is anybody really setting up?
They look like some ultralight dudes.
I prefer to see some more camp set up.
Hey, dude, what's your pack weight? Yeah.
Oh, 26. It's like, whoa. You filtering?
Yeah.
Yeah, filter all the way.
Smart water. Yeah, we definitely look legit out there with the smart water bottles. But I mean, I don't know. I guess I didn't think about the people as much. You know, I thought we'd be a little more excluded. Oh yeah, I wasn't worried about animals, bro, because we were still pretty close to civilization.
I'm way more worried about people, bro. People are evil.
Yeah, no, I feel you, bro. I should definitely be more worried about, like, you know,
and we're sleeping,
you know, because anything could happen.
We're
bro.
at our weakest.
Anything could happen out that bitch. You know,
that's why it's like, okay, you got 4 people. It's like, all right, well, chances are maybe someone's up a little bit at some time throughout the night. You know, that's what I'm thinking. Like, if you got 10 people, you're like, okay, someone better be up. And if not, well, it gives you 10% chance that there's first person killed's gone, but that wakes everyone else up, hopefully, right, with a scream or something. So we lose 1, but we're up.
Yeah.
Now you got 2, you lose 1 and you're up. 1v1, caught off guard, dead.
Yeah.
They could just you know what they could do? They could kill us, bury us, and pack our shit up and walk with it.
And pretty much no one knows except our girlfriends after the next 3 days.
It was like they were in the Appalachian.
Yeah.
What? They were in the Appalachian at 9 last night.
What part did they, you know, get dropped off at work? Could they have gone from that point on? How far did they make it in? You know, it's just like
yeah,
gone.
Yeah.
So you disappeared that bitch, bro.
Share my location now, so I guess maybe that'll help if we ever die.
You got rate whistle that bitch. You got rate whistle, bro. I wouldn't rate whistle.
Man.
Take a gun out that bitch, bro.
Fucking gun.
I mean, that would be an ideal scenario.
Yeah, man. So I'm definitely excited for that. I'm definitely excited to keep training, keep hitting more spots, maybe go to those bigger spots, maybe get some rock climbing in. Kayaks, bro. Kayaks just seem like an awesome time.
Yeah.
Kayak camping. Like, why can't you kayak camp?
Oh, you can, bro.
Get a water cover and
people you know, travel down those long ass rivers and
awesome,
shit, you know.
Man. We gotta do some shit like that this year for sure.
There's a whole long series of canals throughout like England. And there's one dude who just bought a house, like one of these like long canal houseboat. He turned it into a house. It wasn't a houseboat, but he turned it into a house. And that's just what he does all, you know, his life. All up and down those canals throughout England. Just be chilling in his houseboat, bro. That he renovated. It's like people do that, where they just like literally will just go on these 3-4 day, like, you know, lake expeditions.
Yeah. We're gonna have to set someone up, get a little bit of training in that too. Maybe drive a little bit and go hit some rapids somewhere, bro.
Yeah.
You know, where we can just rent something.
Yeah, because that's definitely a different type of like canoeing.
Yeah, I like that. Or,
kayaking.
you know, I always just want to do the one where they got the big inflatable tube and you get like 6 people in there and they push you on the rapids.
Yeah, rock climbing. I think rock climbing would be the highest on my list. Like that's something I want to do, so, like really bad.
Yeah, bro. Rock climbing is definitely something I want to do. The only thing is, like, I look at kayaking and I'm like, I know I'm not saying, well, obviously also from my past experiences, I didn't look the best with kayak, but I'm not saying that I'm even the best kayaker, but like I know I can swim. I can swim like a motherfucker. So I kind of feel like I can get myself out of a jam. With rock climbing, I almost would like if we knew someone who rock climbed. You know?
Oh, yeah,
like, it's kind of sketchy for us to be like, we watched a YouTube video, let's tie this knot around this tree, and then you slide up and down this, and like, you know, never seeing it, like.
Oh yeah, how like what do you do if you can't get up that bitch?
You know what I mean?
When I gotta get rescued, like
I would like for somebody. That's why I was saying to you, like, I think when we go back there, let's try to get to that other side, you know, and just get to that part where they're rock climbing and just chill there and watch them and see how they do it, you know, and see how they do it. Maybe we could talk to someone, you know, and be like, hey man, you know, what did you, you know, set that up, you know, or how much
like, we don't know any rock climbers.
Yeah, it's like we're just trying. We like it, man. We look cool as shit. I wonder how deep that water is because I would love to do a whoa. That's like one of my dreams, bro. I want to jump off some high shit. It don't gotta be like that. I probably would go feet first just because I'm scared of shit. But you know, a big jump.
Yeah, that's why I like
jump into water.
That's why I thought like a diving pool would be really cool. Like you go to one of those, I'm going to head in. Try at least maybe, you know. It's like, I mean, it's definitely scary as shit. I don't want to underestimate that part of diving face first from like 30. 60 feet.
Face first? Fuck yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like it's one of those straight up dives. Crazy. But I see people who I've been like, there's like that one place in Greece where like they do all this crazy ass cliff diving. It's easy like 100-foot cliff, bro. And people will just go and do double backflip face first into that bitch, man. I'm just like, God damn, it looks so much fucking fun, bro. It looks ridiculously fun. I would love to learn how to do that shit, bro.
A couple things like that, man. Yeah.
Give me some time in the air.
I mean, I want to go hard.
I mean, that's the one thing is that like you gotta practice because you don't want to smack back first. You know,
no, but you'll be okay. You know what I mean?
Fuck yourself, bro.
30, 40, bro.
Jumping 3 feet, like, you know, jumping off the edge of a pool and belly flopping hurts like a bitch, bro. Like,
yeah, but you know, pain, you know,
100 feet, you know, it's just like, bro, you get smacked the fuck up, bro.
The wind knocked out. Like, what's a red mark on your back though? Like, it's literally nothing.
I mean, you like the wind knocked out of you, bro.
What's that?
Face plate,
bro?
Like, in water.
I mean, you're talking about things that like
in water.
The wind knocked out of you in the water. You never had the wind knocked out of you from a jump, bro. You ever jump off at least something that's a little high? Like, I've jumped off shit and tried to do bag flips, front flips, and everything. I've landed horribly, bro.
What's the highest?
Probably that thing of gunpowder. I mean, that's probably like 15 feet, you know?
Yeah, it's about like 100 feet.
I'm not jumping on 100 feet. You can't, bro. That's way too high.
You can jump 100 feet, bro.
Nah, bro. You don't want to jump. Dude,
pretty sure people jump that high, bro.
Yeah, somebody has. Yeah, people do.
I'm pretty sure people do that shit all the time, bro.
Nah, bro. You don't want to jump 100 feet, bro.
No, you just fucking.
Nah, bro. You don't want to jump. Dude, you're talking about 100 feet like your body's. You're fucked up. Like, your body's going to be sore, dude. You're going to be ripped up at 100 feet.
Because, you know, they do super crazy high dives, bro.
Have you ever heard someone land at 100 feet, bro? There's videos on YouTube, dude. It's insane, bro. The amount of smack that comes from 100 feet jump. Like, once you get to 100 feet, that's when they said it starts getting to, like, that concrete, bro. You're just coming in so fucking hard and so fast.
Yeah, see what the highest height is.
Well, I know there's professionals that, you know, break records and shit like that.
That's crazy. Hold up.
There's people that jump in like 2-foot pools from 100 feet.
So let me go back to that. What that was. So just come on. I'm looking at the highest high dive height, and it was 58 meters, and it was roughly 100.
And some change.
It was 190 feet.
190 feet.
Yeah, it was 190 feet.
So that was obviously a record, though, right? That's a record.
Well, this was the highest dive.
I'm saying if you go on YouTube right now and look up a dive off of a mountain, you're. Let's like once you get to 100 feet, you're not going to see much more. I think like there's one video of a white boy jumping from 100 feet, and it just sounds insane on how loud it is, bro.
So the Olympic high dive height is 27 meters, and that's 89 feet.
And that's Olympic.
As Olympic high diving.
Yeah.
Olympic high diving.
Get to that 100, bro. You're definitely, that's when you can fuck yourself up. But I'm saying, like, what I was saying is like 30 feet. Okay, you sting your back some. You knock your water out, wind out of you. I think you're all right, bro.
So they say they usually range from 57 to 86 feet, so not 100 feet.
Yeah.
But a diver from 10 meters will hit the water at a speed of approximately 30 miles per hour. Which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, so
that's
you're
so crazy,
smacking
bro.
that motherfucker,
Yeah, you're
bro.
definitely smacking that motherfucker.
Like, that, you're
you
going
might
to tear
die.
your body up, bro.
You might die. But 86 feet, still
86
pretty
feet's up there, yeah.
Still pretty
I
good,
would
bro.
say, like, I wouldn't want to go.
Do it.
I would like to, like, 60. Like, 60 would probably be my tops on my first day.
60 is definitely crazy, bro.
It's insane.
It's crazy, man. That's where you get, like,
it's
you start getting to points where, like, you can count while you're falling, and it's just like 1, 2, 3. It's like, oh shit!
I feel like that's way longer than 3. Though,
yeah,
right?
I don't fucking know, bro. I don't know, man. I have no point of comparison.
3, like, I used to go to, like,
I have 0 point of comparison.
Swing and you got 2. You're getting 2 in the air, so like I feel like you got 4 to 5, 6 seconds, bro.
Yeah.
Of falling there.
Yeah.
A 30-foot jump, that'd be insane. You would have a lot of fun with 30-foot, but then like me, I know how I get, man. Like I'm gonna want to go bigger to the point where it's like, oh, that hurt. You know what I mean? That's what I wouldn't get to 100 because I'm like, I know that I wouldn't be able to jump all day. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Like
you want to jump a couple of times.
Jump like 5, 6 times. 60,
yeah, exactly. You want to jump a couple of times.
I could jump all day probably.
Yeah, you want to jump a couple of times and have that.
A bunch of times.
Fun,
here, but like I probably do 100 if I'm okay. I'm not even saying I can do 100. That's insane, bro. That's insane.
It is
ridiculous. Nobody do 100.
I mean, even at, like, let's say they put you at like 70 feet. You get up there, bro.
That's
it's like
insane. I remember them ones in PA that Doug and them used to go to. Remember, what was it, like 40, 60, and
I never went with them, but never. It was a 30 and 40, and I think it was like a 60.
Yeah, 60, bro.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy, man. I'm good.
You wouldn't do it?
I mean, like, I want to, but I'm just, I've never been up there. So, like, I don't want to sit there and talk that shit and just be like, yeah, I'll jump that bitch. I'm just like, let me get up there first. Let me get up there and.
I don't know. It's just like, it's something, you want to do or you don't, I just think that's the funnest thing in life, bro, is like that one.
Yeah.
Like the moment that you don't know if you're going to live one more moment.
It's
very euphoric, bro.
That's why I sit here. I'm just like, man, I want to do like some wingsuit base jump. I'm just like 70-foot cliff.
Oh yeah, you gotta build yourself up there.
It's just like,
I just think it's like one of them things where it's like you see other people do it, it's possible, and you see someone come back up and do it again.
Oh yeah,
he's laughing. He's like, "Wow, it was crazy."
And then you get in that moment where you're like, "Okay, well, are you gonna die? No,
I'm not gonna die."
It's like,
for me,
if I can help it, I'm not gonna fucking die.
I enjoy it, bro. Like I like to build it up, man. I like to stare at the edge, and be like, "Wow." Wow, this is so high. Like,
bro, I love to do because it terrifies the shit out of me, bro.
Fun part,
that's why I love that show. I'll look all day, it's terrifying. I remember I used to deliver downtown a lot. I remember I'd go up in some of these buildings and I would go to like the highest floor and I would look like, from the elevator and I look between the crack and you could see the service light all the way at the bottom. And I would just look and just be like,
you did not like that drop ride though, huh?
I see. That's just one thing. Like I said, I just don't. I don't like it, bro. I don't like it.
I don't like
it.
Crazy, bro. That's that. I love that one because it literally, it makes me feel like such a bitch, bro. Like I literally, I don't get like that on no other ride.
Yeah, and that's
that one, bro.
And that's the thing where, like, to the point where it's like I don't even have fun on that ride, bro.
It's so fun to me because I hate it. Like when you get to that top part, bro, and there's like,
and you're waiting.
For me, it's the fact that they have that control, and sometimes they talk to you and shit. I just hate it, bro. And it's like you're just waiting there, you're looking around, you're just like, is this machine gonna work one more time?
Yeah.
Hey, and then you just hear that.
What was fucking with me, bro? Was that like the whole time while we're doing that, and I'm sitting, I'm looking at Bray, and the whole way up and down, she's just laughing her ass off. I'm just like a psychopath.
That's all you can do.
She's just like,
you laugh because you're scared. You're
laughing so fucking much, bro.
You're just like,
yeah, bro.
That's how I feel every time. Like,
yeah,
I love that ride, bro. Like, I could ride that ride all day long because, like, I want to overcome that in my life.
I feel you.
I hate how much that ride controls me, bro. Like exactly where you're at. That's how I used to be, bro. I used to look at that ride like anyone but that one. Any ride but that one. Like I did not like how much control that thing had of me. And like I did it 3,500 times since then, and it still controls me like that, bro.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
And that's the thing, like, I've read it before, where it's like, I forced myself to get on it one time,
I just that's what I do. I just try to beat myself and just
like
get
man,
on it. You're okay.
Like,
you're okay.
And I remember at the end, you're always just like, it's like,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I know what those bitches do, bro. That's why, like, I still ride roller coasters and shit, even though, like, I fucking hate roller coasters, bro. To me, like, I'm terrified the whole way around that bitch. But that's what's exhilarating about. Like, I love, like, my favorite ones are the ones where, like, like the ones you hang from and they drop you off super high, or like even every roller coaster, every theme park or amusement park, whatever, has the highest drop ride too. It doesn't have no loops, nothing crazy, but it has the highest drop. Like, those ones are fucking great.
Those are all cool, but like it's just so compact and you're so tight to that track that like I really not trying to be that guy, but it's just not that scary to me anymore. It's just not because you're just so compact though. It's like, okay, if I died, I literally wouldn't even be able to process it. That's why you know what I'm talking about, where I like to look over the edge. Like I can't look over the edge on a roller coaster. Like you're just compact in there. Sometimes it's 4 people. You might not even have an end seat. You're in the middle and you're just like, you can't even see what's going on. You're just like,
yeah, that's why.
Next thing you know, it's over.
That's why I like those hanging ones, bro. That's why I like those hanging ones, bro. You're just like,
I like ones that you can see. Like, I'll tell you what was cool, bro, is we ended up getting 4 tickets to Night Fair Fest or whatever at Six Flags last year. And we got to ride like the Superman at night and the Batman at night, bro, to where you can't even see like what's in front of you. That was awesome because I couldn't see the track. So I'm just like watching and it's like, and you're just like, whoa. Like, it was cool, man.
Yeah.
That was cool. But for the most part, like, and I've also rode Six Flags and Hershey Park. I've rode so many times, So for me, it's like, okay, I'm gonna go real fast. You're gonna yank me around. Like, I don't even go to carnivals no more because everything spins. Like, that's not a fun ride to me. Is like, you're just gonna spin me as much as you can. Look, think about carnival rides, bro.
Cool when you're a kid,
Think about carnival rides, bro. Every ride spins. That's all it is, bro. The teacup spin. The fucking Gravitron spin. The other one with the metal and you stand up spins.
The swings spin.
The fucking the one where you double spin as it's going around and spins.
Ferris wheel spinning in a different direction.
Different direction. Fucking spinning, bro. And they just stuff you with all these calories and carbs.
It's overpriced.
Yes. It sucks, dude.
Yeah. I really don't have like a night. I really don't like.
I'm mad that I ever asked my mom for money to go there.
Yeah, I don't even like going to those things, bro. Like, I remember I went to the Maryland State Fair once, and I hated it. This is terrible. Like, everything. I mean, it's just like the epitome of, like, what a fair is. And it's just like, there's nothing cool about this, bro.
Yeah.
All these games are just scams.
And you just get like free shit from like State Farm. You get like water bottle from State Farm. You're like,
these rides are super fucking rusty. They don't even look good. It's like not even a cool fair. It was like,
where's the animals that they just?
I love that was the best part, but it's like,
I'm saying, like, just bring them around.
There's also a fucked up part of that, exactly.
Hey,
man.
you got a fair in Maryland this week. Hey, next fair's in York next week. Gotta be there by Sunday. It's like, pick up these 60 pigs and let's go. We got another show time. We're gonna fucking make that show.
All right, slaughter them.
As I was thinking about with the canal when they was talking about that ship being stuck, and they're like, yeah, there's like 300 ships backed up. And some of them have livestock. I was like, what are they doing now? They're like way over. It's been days. Like, are people tending to this livestock, or is this hella livestock dead on the fucking?
Some ships went around. It's like, that's what I thought was crazy.
They don't want to go around.
They don't, but some ships ended up doing it because they weren't sure how long it would be.
Right?
So you gotta make a call. Some made the call to go around. It's only another week, bro. I'm just like, that's tons in fuel costs, bro.
It's not about that, though, bro.
Tons in fuel costs, bro.
That's when you can come across the pirates and shit.
Very true.
It's treacherous, bro. They don't want to take that route.
Yeah.
I was doing a lot of research on that thing and seeing like what it had done. Did you know about like what it did basically?
Drew a dick and then got stuck.
It drew a dick. Drew a pretty sweet dick, yeah. But the way it got stuck, I don't know what happened there. Apparently, it was Hillary Clinton sex slaves, and they were trying to give a symbol. But it got stuck in the sand. You know what I mean? And it got to the point where that thing was so heavy that it had sank like 15 feet into the sand. So they were doing like the numbers. I was watching this video where it broke down the numbers. And like the heaviest like tugboat basically they got in the world. It can tug 456 tons. I believe it was like 456 tons. I believe it is. And there's only one of those. So they were saying like they needed 80 of those to be able to like pull this thing out, but it's in a canal, so you can't even put 80 of them there. So basically their only option was to like completely unload that thing and tow it, or do what they did, which was just take out like 10 billion fucking pounds of sand out of that motherfucker.
Just dredge it out.
Crazy.
Dig it out.
It's gotta be the worst feeling when you get stuck, bro.
Oh,
I've watched a couple. You ever see when they lose their anchors?
yeah.
Oh my god!
I saw this one video, bro. That the ship dropped the anchor on top of a tugboat, bro. Launched the two captains off the ship. They're just like
they didn't die. Like, bro, that's a good thing.
Yeah, bro. The one dude that got stuck in the cabin though got fucked up. Though I'll tell you that.
Was there a guy in the cabin?
There was one guy that
got knocked off.
He flew out, and when the one dude you saw him like hang outside the cabin, I'm just like, bro, he's just standing there. Next thing you know,
I just was like, I was watching some videos that were it was so freaky, because they like they were showing this one where like this got different color links for how deep it's going, and it was like on like its 15th chapter, bro, of this thing, and it still was going down, and like it finally hit the floor, like. And then they ended up pulling it back up, bro. And I'm like, yo, this thing was like 4 fucking feet in the ground, bro. Then the fucking ocean just go pull that thing. You don't know what the fuck's on that thing, bro. Fucking Aquaman or some shit.
You ever
fucking Sharkman, bro.
You ever watched the video from the other side where like it shows like the mechanism that's dropping this bitch? You ever seen that?
Yeah, where they lose it at. Yeah.
You seen the ones where like they fucking like next thing you know that thing's just going like fucking 60 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's when they
red hot, bro. It's just.
The best thing about it is, I went down a long rabbit hole on that, bro. The best thing about it is when they release that thing, there's only really one way to do it, and it's literally a hit and run technique. You know, it's bolted, and when they hit that final bolt, it's literally a sledgehammer, hit it as you run type of thing, bro. Because that thing just boom until it hits that bottom floor.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Like on that one I'm telling you about, they misjudged how deep that floor was. To the point where that thing was like on the 15th floor, and that bitch just right out of there, man. Too much force, dude.
Yeah.
And that thing's so expensive. Them big ass, bro. I don't know what other word to use but evil, bro. When you're making a link that fucking big, bro, I'm just like, this is the devil's work.
Not even that.
This is the devil's work, dog.
You look at like anchors and shit, bro. Like, you gotta cast that bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't just shape a piece of metal that way. You gotta cast that bitch out, I did this
metal factory.
In a foundry.
I did this metal factory right over by Greenmount, dog, and I got to see like inside of there, dog, like fucking 50 feet lengths of just thick ass aluminum, bro. Right? And we were, me and my boy was talking to him, and we're like, hey, like, is this how it comes and shit? He's like, no. And he picks up off the ground, bro, a rock, and I look at it, it's just straight silver, bro. Like, and he's like, this is how it comes. This is aluminum right here. I look around, every rock on this fucking parking lot is all aluminum, and it comes in these chunks, and that all gets ran to be able to make like that thick ass fucking piece for like a bridge or something. Did you see that crazy video of the fucking bridge in New York moving, dude?
Yeah, man.
Bro.
The noises it was making?
That was insane.
No, bro. I'm good.
That was insane.
But
why does that thing have that much play, dog? Is it meant to have that much play? Because that's crazy.
Yeah, because so the whole thing was that like with that flexibility, it's able to move like that in those high wind environments, and when that shit really kicks off, you know? They're like, I mean, like they've learned from their mistakes where like, you know, like there's been some that had too much play. And then that bitch would just like once it started rocking, it would cause it to rock harder and like whiplash, and eventually collapse.
No play,
exactly,
too steady,
exactly. It just brings the whole bitch down, you know. So I mean, like I think it's supposed to move like that. When it does move that bad, you shut it down and you just hope for the best. And I mean, like
sketchy ass plane.
There's those,
bro.
Yeah.
They had an occasion one time where like they had built this plane where like usually the wings are supposed to face up, you know, and air go underneath of it. That's how you lift a plane up.
Updrift,
it wasn't working, so they had to make it to where they went down. You know what I mean? Like they faced straight down to where like they were lower than the cockpit itself. And then once it started flying, they would be lifted up to 12 feet, bro, in the air, like from air pressure, you know? And that's how it lifted itself up. And like it was super uncontrollable. Ended up having to get stop made. But like that, they just did that to make it work. Like I was telling you about with the Boeing. It's the same thing. They're just like, move the engines up. It's like, oh, that won't change that. It'll change a whole lot. Oh, we'll just make a program to just make it all seem like it was what it was, and then we'll tell them about it.
Ship it.
Crazy, bro.
You got
a bunch of pixie ducks and corruption, bro.
It's you know, with that dude Bill Huang, who blew up his fucking hedge fund, bro.
He fucked up.
Man, it's like I can't wait for more to come out, bro. I want to know the total amount that motherfucker lost. Like,
You probably never know.
dude was leveraged to the motherfucking like just
in a weird way he was allowed to do that. Like,
by these banks, bro. These banks were just like, yeah, here you go.
But that's because of what he was labeled as, right? Like he was labeled as something different.
Well, it was a family office.
Yeah,
he was running a family office.
He doesn't have to show, I guess, the paperwork or whatever.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
They say he lose up to like $40 billion, bro.
That's why
not him.
That's why there was people warning of those losses where it was like, look, $300 million of losses coming your way. I mean, I think the Credit Suisse and there was that one Japanese holding firms like Nomura or something. I don't even remember what it was called. But they're talking about the losses into like the hundreds of millions of dollars, and I mean like it's just crazy how like much play these kind of people get when it comes to playing it in the market, into where you have a scenario like time and time again in which you cause market-wide effects from the effects of what in this particular case was the one person, Bill Huang, who was also already jailed for I think it was insider trading in like 2012, and he was barred from playing in the market or owning a hedge fund or whatever the case was. Like it's just like
find a way around it.
But then like you just talk to these banks, I'm just like, is it like, I mean, like it seems like it could be really easy to just have, when you have that much money, that someone else could just set it up all for you, which is what they do. They pay someone to kind of set it all up, and it's just like
lawyers.
Yeah,
and then know the system.
Yeah, and then banks are just like, hey, whatever. And then like, I mean, he was leveraged 8 times on billions of dollars. Like it's just like,
bro, like it's just sometimes when you know the paperwork, you can work it though. Like they're literally sometimes not even doing something that's illegal.
Yeah.
Right. Like I was reading about this fucking this town, I believe it was in Alabama, bro, where like in the law of this Alabama town, it was the inmates the sheriffs controlled the budget for the inmates' food. And whatever was left over, they were allowed to keep, bro.
Yeah.
So they literally were giving them like cheese sandwiches, bro. And this dude bought a fucking like $75,000 Malibu house or some shit like that, like $750,000 Malibu house and shit, and another house. Like they had like $4 million in purchases in the last years and shit. And he was straight up saying like, "It's in the law. It's in the law. If you don't like the law, change it."
It's like Southern drawl. It was just like that one dude who somehow on Robinhood, like, turned like a couple $1,000s into like, $200,000 worth of collateral. And what he saw could have been like infinite type of money glitch where like, right, like if you had Robinhood Gold, like they would match your instant deposit. You do 1,000, they give you 1,000 a margin type of deal. You just keep doing that and just leverage yourself up a couple times. You just do 1,000, you do it again. Then you got 2,000, then you got 4, then you got 8, then you got 16, then you got 24. It's like you just keep fucking exponentially increasing your shit to where like you're leveraged up fucking like 25 times.
The money they gave you.
Yeah.
So like I got 1,000, Robinhood gave me 1,000. Now I give Robinhood 2,000. They give me 2,000.
So with margin.
Using their money.
With margin, bro. Exactly, right. Bro. Exactly. And that's the thing. Like I think like you could use the first $1,000 of margin, up front. It was like this is where they changed the rules on this bitch. Just like that same guy who did
his money.
Just that same dude who did. Well, he lost it all. Like he made a play and he lost like fucking technically like he was so leveraged, like it could have been like infinite like losses type of deal, where it's just like they had to shut the shit down, and kind of sell everything, and then I'm pretty sure he has to pay all that back.
Crazy.
On like an annual interest rate, or some shit.
That's wild.
Until they get their money back. There was that one dude that did the Gov video, with the Apple puts or some shit, and he did the same thing where like he had like $56,000. Next thing you know, he's like negative 25,000. And money that he never even had.
Right.
Like you can't go. How do you go negative 25,000? We don't have $25,000 collateral on your account.
Right.
It's like it's just what you would need to make that type of call.
Right.
Or play.
That's just funny how they find these little ways, man, and they just abuse it.
Everyone would do it, man. Everyone does that. I mean, I'm not sure how. I mean, like first of all, like the banks are making money off of that, tenfold as well. So I mean, like when you have this full system of like cooperation in that terms, I mean, it's just because both parties are going to eat, and then when something wrong happens, they're going to play the legal, play from there. We're like, they're like, okay, well, we're liquidating. We pretty much own all of Bill Huang shit. Like he was liquidating assets. That's his margin call was he was liquidating assets. Like it's just to pay off these fucking banks. I mean, it's just like, and he was sitting on like 50 billion, $100 billion or so, man.
He still got money somewhere.
Oh hell
He's
yeah,
got
bro.
money buried.
Oh, his hedge fund's still afloat. Like they're still issuing statements and shit. But it's on fire there, bro. I'll tell you what. I was reading. I was actually not reading. I was watching a lot of videos on Vikings the other day, bro. And you're talking about like a fucking like. First of all, my first thought was like starting with, especially back in the day, you could kind of just be chilling in your own little village, and next thing you know, these people from a faraway land like the Vikings just come sailing down your waterways, and you're just like, what the fuck?
And they're raiding you.
They're raiding you. They're raping you, pillaging you. But like, second of all, that's what led me to the Vikings. Where like that's what they were doing. To the English. However many years ago, and these motherfuckers, the culture that they created and the stories that they left behind are fucking completely insane. Like you're talking about some of the most deadly humans, like right next to like feudal like Japan type style.
Well, they did that though, right? Because their land didn't have many resources, right? They couldn't live off of their land. That's what I've read.
Well, I mean, it's very mountainous,
so they had
very
to
cold
pillage to be able to live.
Cold. But like it's warrior culture is like it's something that just like like is like just. It's just ridiculous. I'm like, so like they have this one Viking legend that they passed down about. It was about this Viking group that went to pretty much England to pretty much go kill the king of England, and they ended up seeing defeat. And when they were taken prisoner, they pretty much executed any captured, anyone captured on from the war. And there was the one dude, where like, they were saying that, he asked like, cause they were putting him on their knees to behead them. And he asked to be stood up because in the Viking culture, it's like, you don't want to show fear. So what he said was that, I want to stand up and have you execute me because I want it to be known that I did not flinch, and it's just like,
look up classic Viking myths. Look that up.
Was that a myth?
It's one of those. They also have.
That's what I'm saying. It's a story. It's a story. That's what I'm saying. It's a Viking story. It's a Viking story.
Yeah, but it wasn't like a. But like they have another one where the guy's like, what's he say? Pick up my hair. He says, can you
and then he
hold my hair. And he jerks back, cuts his hands off. I think that like YouTube, those were friends, and they just got that algorithm right.
See, this is the thing. What they were saying about those stories, they're stories, and of course
you watch the same video.
They're complete fiction. Yeah, they're complete fiction. But with what they're saying was with a culture and with a history with no written, language, or the only way that you keep history is through storytelling. So what you can do, you can extrapolate, theories about a Viking mindset and how these like how the culture was, and how the warrior culture, formed and whatnot, And another thing I was thinking about, you ever see the show Kid Nation? This was a quick succession of like videos. So it was a TV show that they were filming about with 40 kids in the middle of nowhere, and they were starting their own kind of like nation, and they would just kind of like live amongst each other. Like, they voted like a leader. And they had like, like members and like there were different working classes, and they tried to, have this like little live TV experiment. So that's what got me thinking about, ancient civilization, where when you really think about it, it wasn't a bunch of like 20-year-old people running around, bro. Like if you're thinking about like, when people thought you were a man and you were going out and fighting, like you're probably 13 or 14, bro. So you gotta look at a bunch of fucking teenagers running around on a battlefield kind of like fighting each other, man. Like that's really like how it was. It wasn't just a bunch of like 22-year-old, healthy warriors. I mean, I'm sure there were some of them, but like you would have probably mostly have fucking kids in these armies, and most of these armies, bro.
That's not the history portrays it though.
I mean, you were married by like 12.
Yeah, I guess at one
You
point it
know.
probably was at that point. But like when you talk about when you get to like Roman and Greece, like armies and shit, those are men that make up those armies. And there are sometimes they're actually older men more
Yeah,
than like younger
yeah,
men.
like Alexander then, but
I mean, a 13-year-old boy, like he could barely wear the armor of a Spartan.
like 15. But I mean, like like I think it's like in the pygmy culture in Africa, like you're already holding a
Oh
bow by
yeah,
like 12. Like there's children in these armies, bro.
right. But then you think
And
about like
and I,
a
and I was
Spartan
think
infantry
and I
versus
was
a
thinking of like like when they
Sambombi.
talk about like huge warriors, like those are probably just fucking like you just had that one anomaly like 6'4" dude, and he was a giant amongst men. Because like
Like 6'1",
the average height's like 5'1" or some shit or 5'2". Like this is
whatever it
like
was. Yeah.
everyone was way smaller back then. It's just so weird to think the progression of like how far humans have like really come along. Where it's like like you're nurtured at age 12, but like you were like a man back then. You were looking to have a wife or some shit
Mm.
in some cultures, or being drug around by horses.
Yeah, that I
You
was
know,
thinking about. It kind of ties me into another thought I was thinking about. Just like what it's the weird thing, right? Is that there's always gonna be this argument, bro. That's what I came to the conclusion. There's always gonna be this argument of we're saying that a boy or a girl cannot consent, and marry until 18, basically. In most places, it's 16, in a few spots. But yet they both can reproduce 12 years, 13 years old on average. Some people 11, some people 10 years old. There's girls that literally have periods at 10, bro. There's boys that come at 10. I mean, naturally, the body has said that you are ready to reproduce. That's honestly what it's saying, bro. It's just the truth of the matter. And then you're telling these people, oh, you're not supposed to reproduce for at least another 8 years. I mean, they don't tell you 18. Honestly, they insinuate that it's supposed to be later than that. But they definitely don't say that you should have one as a teenager.
yeah.
But yet you're able to reproduce preteen sometimes. So it's a really kind of paradoxical things they got going on here, bro. Of like, well, we obviously don't want 13-year-old girls having babies, right? Well, why does God?
I mean, that kind of takes us back to like the earlier thing where like life expectancy, you probably weren't expected to go to past 30
Right.
max.
So what do you think? You think
So I think earlier sexual
think that'll get
maturity.
later?
I mean,
Evolution knocks that down later and later?
possibly, that's possible, or I mean, or it could kind of like revolve around this thing because like like because we're surviving. I don't think it's really gonna change unless we're really like affecting our overall you know like survival type of like needs, where it's like, it could possibly get later or it could just kind of hang around where it's at, or I mean, or
It's
you
weird.
may, I mean, like you may see, I mean, like we've seen higher, rates of like,
I just like to ask a Christian, like, why does God want that? Like, why did God make children able to have babies?
that's why they got that whole abstinence thing going on. Well, not abstinence, but purity, whatever it is, celibacy,
But I
whatever you
mean,
want to
we
call
get
it.
married at 13 if we want to, right? And now we can
Mhm.
fuck and make it official and have baby.
I don't know.
Weird, right?
I
It's
don't know, man.
weird. It's weird.
I don't know, man. Just like that's how we evolve, with the early. Well, I mean, when you think about sexual maturity, like
It's still super
we're
late.
actually the latest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like it, you just weren't supposed to be living this long, bro. Maybe 20, maybe 30 was like your longest life expectancy right there,
I wonder
man.
if there's ever been like a woman that just never had a period or a guy that just never produced semen. I mean, I'm sure there has been, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, like there are people who
Maybe
are.
eventually that's just more common.
I think there are people who are born, intersex where they have an extra chromosome or something. And it's either that X or that Y. And like this is, I think that there was a documentary about like an intersex girl where she doesn't, like, she's in between. She's like a girl, but like she doesn't have periods. I don't think she even
Mm.
has like a womb or something. I don't know. I
I'm
don't
not
know,
even trying
bro.
to be funny. I literally have always wondered, like, could a hermaphrodite have a baby?
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so, bro. because you have both, and I mean you have
But do you have ovaries, right? I mean, do you have if you have a
it depends.
period?
It depends. You
If
know,
you're
I
having a
think, like I said,
period,
I think it all depends if you have that extra Y chromosome. I'm not. I don't. I'm not really.
I thought that's when they had
Doing depth.
both. I know. I'm not. I don't know.
Well, I mean, we all have two chromosomes, but
I
like I said,
thought
they have an
that was
extra
when
one.
right. They have an extra one,
Yeah,
right?
like I said, it depends if it's that X or that Y. I don't know.
But why would it matter? Because no matter what, you got both
Because
now.
I mean, like there's a gender assignment to the X and Y. I don't know which ones they are, but there's a gender assignment which is like I forgot what
Right. I know
makes.
that,
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
saying like if it's a girl and it's what XY, or is that what it is? Or and
I don't know.
I
I'm not
forget
too
what it.
familiar.
Yeah, I forget
I
what it
don't
is.
know off the
X
top of my
X X Y
head.
X Y. But you add on to it, right? Are you insinuating that like there's a primary gender there and then there's this added
Yeah,
gender? It's not 50-50.
just like there was no, just like there was this. It was a a woman. She had female features. But she didn't produce. She didn't have periods. And she I'm pretty sure she's sterile, but I don't think she had a womb or ovaries. You know, and just you're kind of like that in between, and you're a
Eventually
girl,
they
but
get
you're
to the
not
point.
really a girl.
Eventually it gets to the point where they'll just replace your ovaries, bro. You're not even gonna need surrogates and shit. You can just get a surgery and we'll put ovaries inside of you, and now you can bear a child.
Well, yeah.
And then you
Where they
just let
produce
it,
their own eggs.
and just let it do that.
You might produce. I mean, I see a point where like you produce them outside of human bodies.
We're getting on
Just
some
because of the
fucked up
toll.
shit.
Just because like I see some women doing that because of the toll it has on their bodies. Where they just might be like, well, if you can mix my DNA in there and his DNA, and then have a
See,
normal to have a baby.
you know what? Before my sister had her baby, I probably would have said the same thing, bro. But I learned a lot during her pregnancy where it's like now as an adult watching someone so close to you go through a pregnancy, I realized people really cherish that, bro. Like the carrying of the baby, bro. Like
Yeah.
they know it's hard. They know it's going to be hard, but like women actually look forward to that, bro. So I don't think so. Like you might get the one that's like, I had 5 children. I'm 38. I want a kid. This might be a better option for me, but I think they might even go surrogate before that. But
I'm thinking.
a lot of them, they want to bear their child, bro. They do, even though they know that
Yeah. Well, I mean, like there's a lot of women who are who are disabled. There's a lot of women who suffer from dwarfism, and pregnancies can kill. And that type of aspect where like you could have that type of option.
Why
I
would you
think
just go surrogate over that though? I mean, I get what you're saying. If it's cheaper or something,
like you typically I think like
but there's
you
some
always find
there's
surrogates, but I
crackhead
mean
out
like there's also that aspect of like it's like I don't know, it's just weird. Like I think some people could or would want maybe to separate from like another human entirely and just be like, I don't want to have this in this
Even
woman's
that's
body.
weird,
It's like they might
How do
feel
you
like
tell
it's
your
more
kid
my. I
that?
don't fucking know, bro.
Yeah, I didn't bury you. Dylan did.
You might have
You're in a bag.
a future where it's like that's completely fine.
I don't
Everyone's
need
just
no
doing
bag,
it, bro.
baby. What about if we do get to the point where we can put like ovaries in a man? Do we start doing shit like that? Like, aren't we just doing too much, bro?
Oh yeah,
Put
bro.
ovary in a man and you can
Yeah,
have fucking
yeah.
babies.
That's
Like,
why you had the population you have today because I mean like, for one, we're really good at like birthing and like doing taking kids to term and shit. We're really good at reproducing. But I mean like we're also like in an area where it's like it's almost like rodent like we're having too many babies. Like, I mean, if you want to break it up to where it's like, oh, well, Japan has super low fertility rates and blah, blah, blah. And this country has low fertility rate and that country has low fertility rate. Well, I mean, if you put it in the overall, like, idea of like total human population, I'm sure we have
pretty good,
ridiculous
but
amount of growth,
we do take a long time to have a baby. We can only have usually one baby a year.
Yeah, but I think, but I think when it comes to, when you have this type of technology and if and allows pretty much every birth to be like successful, then you keep fine tuning it to where the point where like you have this birthing in like a machine or something or a bag, whatever you say, to where like you get like you get like a perfect birthing type of system set up to where like now it's just like now you can just have babies like this.
Okay, you did that. What did you
just
tell your
keep
son
going,
Explain it to your son.
He's born in I mean, like I said, everybody listen here, son. When a man loves a woman, they come together and put you in a bag. It's like
you get 13 grand together. I mean, I knew a bitch that'll carry your child for 13 grand though. I mean, I can get you a bitch.
Yeah.
If you want a surrogate, you ain't got to go through the whole way,
I mean, there's a whole like interview process, because I mean, you want to know
I could
who's
deliver
having
it.
your child. You want to know who's having your child. Who you're about to impregnate and put your egg
Apparently
inside.
not.
It's
You're
like
comfortable just having them in a bag where scientists watch them and shit. We're
like
gonna
I
be
said,
loving the
bro.
nurture,
Like I
bro.
said, bro. It
I'm
might be
trying to
the
play.
future,
We gotta
man.
come
It
there
might be the future, man.
we got an hour a night to come in there and put a fucking some headphones on his bag and play Mozart and pretend he's getting some
No,
fucking
you
something
just
from it.
no, you just
You
pull it.
rub in the
No,
bag and be like,
nah, bro.
he's getting big.
In 9 months, you come through the drive-through and you pick up your baby, bro. You come
To
out.
go.
Yeah,
Already
Amazon's
smart.
gonna deliver it, bro. Amazon's gonna
8
deliver
hours
it to your baby.
shipping,
Amazon
and
store.
you got a baby.
The Amazon store,
We can get you a
bro.
baby in 13 days.
Exactly, bro. You just gotta submit your DNA at your local, sperm
your phone.
ATM, whatever, through your phone. Just net on your phone. Just net all over your phone. And it scans it.
Just have a little prick thing, bro. Eventually, they'll make phones for like diabetics or something that can just prick in there, and you do the same technology, and you just put your blood in there. They want your blood sooner or later. They're gonna want your blood.
For some reason, I watched the.
You see Lil Nas Satan shoes, you know he want that. You know he want that blood.
For some
Whose
reason,
blood was that?
For some reason, I watched the Apple video where they released that they were doing the iPhone, and I was really like thinking about how like of a crazy point in like history that was, where like you're talking about like the next step in like an information age. I feel like where it's like I remember when he was presenting it, he's like, okay, we have a wide touchscreen iPod coming, a phone, and an internet communication device. And then everyone's like, okay, that's cool with the 3 parts, whatever. But then what he was like, with the way he presented it, he was like, again, I have a widescreen touchscreen iPod, a phone, an internet communication device, a wide touchscreen iPod, a phone. This is all one thing. And then I remember I was looking, I was like, okay, well, there were smartphones at that time, but they had those keyboards on them, bro. All the smartphones at the time had keyboards on them. And I remember he had them all up on the screen. He was just like, well, we thought just get rid of it. And it's a full touch screen phone that you can get on the internet. It runs OS 10 from the Mac computer system on the CPU. Like, it's just like, he really changed like smartphones and like an instant right then and there, bro. Like, really changed, like he was on the cutting edge of smartphone technology where like nowadays you look back and you're like, well, this just makes sense.
Yeah.
But like he was the first one to really fucking do this shit. I was telling you
before what they said the thing was back then the apps were so small and the keyboard that was like touchscreen was so small that you needed those pencils to press the buttons. And they said that's where the iPhone idea came from. He wanted you to be able to touch the apps with your finger.
Yeah.
And then you can go all the way back to iPhone 1. After that was made, there's an Apple Pen that's made, which is like literally this big. And you can use it on your iPhone because he still wanted to give those type of users at that time an option for a pen, even though he was creating something that didn't need it.
Yeah.
And that's when you cover all bases.
And that was the other thing with the iPhone. We were talking about the apps and internet browsing. What he was saying on most phones, where it's like, it's completely non-existent. Where it's like, the processing power and the software that they run, you have no play with because these phones don't have the capabilities to do that. Where like, the iPhone ran the Mac operating system, the computer operating system, OS 10 at the time, on a phone, and it was super bulky. The iPhone was, but it was able to run this, so you had more complex apps. And you could really be on the fucking internet, where like, you open a lines for like YouTube and Facebook right from the app, and you hop on this bitch and you're just on it on the phone, just like you would on things that were only possible on a computer at that time that you had at home.
Mark Luttrell was saying, he's like, these kids nowadays, they got all the information in the world at their hands and they got no life experience. And that's what's fucking them up, I was like, that's true. It's like you're almost smarter than you've lived.
Yeah.
Like about all this shit, but you really ain't done shit.
Yeah.
And you realize that. Like, you're a lot of fucking talk. That's why I was telling you before. Like, people see these camping pictures where it's like 8 friends, with this perfect fucking photography picture camping around a campfire. And it's like with hot chocolate and covers. And they're like, yeah, that seems awesome. But they don't really want to go out there, hike in there a couple of miles and set that up, bang them fucking pegs into the ground, and set that up to even get to that spot where you can take a picture like that. It's like we've been told what is cool. You know, we've been, instead of people thinking like, oh, what do I think is cool? It's like, oh, dude, look at these camping pictures. Look at that. Look how that fire is. And everybody's just like, oh, this is life.
Oh,
This gives me life.
big mood.
Tranquil.
Mood.
Oh, I wish I had the friends. And it's like, you're really not that person, bro. You're not that person. You know, like, I mean, when you got grown men out here that are saying critters, come on, dude. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Well, like you,
what are you gonna do when a
like
grown man says you can't go because of critters?
Like the extent of people's personalities are like, you know, what they subscribe to on YouTube and like their Reddit feed. Like it's like, oh, this is what I'm into, you know. But it's like you did none of that stuff. You say you're into woodworking, but you've never done woodworking.
No.
You know, it's like you never even tried woodworking. It's like
that's what, show me a Google search. Doesn't even fucking say woodworking in there.
It's like me sitting there saying, it's like,
it says, does Lady Gaga like woodworking?
It's like if I was to sit there and be like, oh, well, you know, I'm really into mycology. You know, it's like I've read a couple of things about how to grow some mushrooms. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm into mycology.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like what do we do over here? I'll show you pictures of like mushroom tubs all day. Just be like, look, oysters. Look.
You know what that is?
Pink trumpets.
You know what that is? You know what that is?
Yeah, you know, it's like, well, are you a mycologist or do you just read a lot about mycology?
I just read it last night.
do you do BMX or do you just watch a lot of BMX videos?
Right.
Like, you know, it's like and wear Thrasher. Like
not only that, but do you do anything? Like that's what I'm realizing, bro. Is people don't really do anything.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about. Like when we was talking, you know, before this started, we were talking about a few people. I'm like, it's not about what they even do. It's like the fact that they don't do nothing else. Like there's nothing bigger. Like I'm thinking about like all the things I'm trying to get myself into, and I'm looking at somebody like, oh, I think I want to get into this. I'm like, I'm thinking about 13 things I want to get into right now, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm getting into some of them. You know, I'm getting shit done, bro. I feel so good right now because I'm getting shit done. You know, I've really been doing shit, man. I've really been reading. I've really been hitting, you know, working. I've really been going on the hiking. I've really been working out. I'm writing. I'm playing the basketball. You know, I'm writing. You know, I'm doing all these things that I want to do.
And you're feeling good about it, bro.
So good,
you're
bro.
feeling good about it, bro.
I feel so good, man. It's crazy, man. Like
that's about like like when I think about like the depression, the anxiety, and all that stuff like that. You know, that I see a lot of people say that they self-diagnose, like that they suffer from. You know, that's why we use that word self-diagnose.
Yeah.
You know, they're not diagnosed with shit.
No.
But like when you don't do things, you know, you feel bad about not doing things. I mean, now you're stuck. Now you're sitting yourself in like some type of like forced paradoxical thinking of like, well, I'm depressed because I'm not doing anything, but I don't do anything,
really,
so I'm depressed.
Really,
like,
you're another word. Lazy.
Yeah.
You're lazy.
You gotta
bro.
go
That's what I was trying to say the other day.
Things.
You know, when I was sitting there, I'm like, you know, when I was talking about the weed, I'm like, bro, weed doesn't make you lazy. It's like, to me, the way that I'm looking at that to myself is like, do you like weed? You want to smoke weed? Well, that's not a fucking excuse to be lazy. It's not like, oh, when I smoke weed, it's lazy. Bro, if there's something that you smoke and then you can't do something, you should not be taking that. So for me, if that was to the point, that's how weed make me feel, I would never smoke weed. Because that would be like scary. It makes me feel like I'm on top of that drop ride that we're talking about, you know? Like that's how I would feel. Like I have no control. For me, we don't make me feel like that, bro. And if it did, I'd be scared. Like, I don't know how people can say that. I feel like what you're not doing is being honest, bro, which is, no, you're lazy, bro.
Exactly.
You're lazy.
Exactly.
Like, and like, I can sit here, I'll sit here to myself, like, I'm telling you all these things I'm doing, bro. I wanted to skip one workout the other day, and I'm like, look, bro, you're ready to be lazy. Like, even me, like, I'm ready to be lazy. It's easy to be lazy. The easy route is easy, you know? It is, bro. You know, it's evil and easy. Like, that just goes hand in hand, bro. And that's going to do nothing but drag you down. And instead, you're going to make all these excuses. All these excuses, because just like when someone tells you the campfire thing, right? Someone tells you an excuse for a reason you're not who you want to be, right? Depression, anxiety, whatever it is, bipolar, whatever it is. Now you have an excuse to attach the reason that you're not living up to who you want to be, instead of even chasing it anymore or thinking about how you can accomplish it.
Exactly.
You know, like I'm at the point where it's so annoying with people, bro. They're like,
at the end of the day, you know, it's you to blame. You know, it's only yourself to blame at the end of the day. You know?
That classic, like, nobody ever does this. Yeah, but nobody never hits me up. Like, dude, that's a cancer, bro. That's such a cancer statement, you know? Make something happen. Make it happen. You want to do that? You fucking invite people. You know, we want to go out there and hike. We say, hey, bro, we're going hiking. Anyone want to go? No one goes. You still fucking go. You still go fucking do it, you know? Like, the one, you know, we always talk about the one guy. I wouldn't say names, but it's like, it's always like, oh, yeah, I can never get nobody to do that. Like, well, how much do you want it, bro? Are you going to say that for 10 years? Are you going to say that for a decade? You couldn't get nobody to do something you were
Yeah.
passionate about yourself? You know,
Go by yourself.
that's what I realized I had to get to. I'm like, I used to be that person where I'm always like, man, I want my friends to do that, friend to do that with me. I'm just like, you know what? I'm never going to do nothing if I keep trying to get all these people to do it. They don't want to do shit. They just don't. And it's so frustrating, bro. And that's why, you know, we was talking about Saturday where it's like, man, that felt so good to be around people that I felt like, man, I felt like I was being pushed. You know, like there was a part of it where like, okay, I'm being pushed by these guys, man. And it felt good, you know, for somebody to bring that energy and like that want instead of like me always having to be like, don't you want it? Don't you want more? Like, there's more. Like, you're supposed to want more, you know? And like, it feels good to be around people that are like, I want more. Yeah, we should get more. It's like, yeah, that's so simple, right? That's the simplest thing. Instead, you get people like, yeah, I could retire at age 56. It's like, I just want to flip the table over, bro, and spin their face. You know, seriously, bro, it's disgusting. I'm just like, bro, like, don't you want more for your family, for your loved ones? Don't you want to give them more than just you work 60 hours a week to be able to afford a row home? Is it not miserable, dude? Like, but it's just that's success in their eyes. You know, that's success in their eyes. Like anything, I want to do everything. Or like to me, if you hoop once a week, you better not say you hoop.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like you got to hoop multiple times a week to hoop, bro.
I'm a hooper.
To say I hoop.
I'm a hooper.
Not even no, listen, I feel like I'm a hooper, right? I feel you can say that if you don't play at all. I could have played 10 years ago, but I played every single day. I'm a hooper at heart. You know what I mean? I'm a hooper. I'll hoop. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you gotta hoop multiple times, you know. I'm always hoop. When I get on that court, I'm always be a hooper. I know the game, you know, but I feel like you disrespecting if you're like, that's what I always say. Like, did you come to play? Did you really come here to play basketball? I always say to people, did you come to play basketball? Did you come here to say you play basketball? You want to go back on Facebook and be like, good games today, homies. But you didn't run or grab a rebound. You know what I mean? Yeah. So for me, you just want to tell your girl you're a bald. You know what I mean? Like you're a bitch.
That's the thing, bro.
Yeah, I bald down the heights.
That's always the worst feeling. It's like, you know, if you like no one wants to do nothing in a game, bro. You know, you want to get something. You know, when you get something to that bitch, you know, you want to have a cool, good pass. You want to have that offensive rebound. You want to have a point or two.
I never got more frustrated than when we went down yesterday, dude. Like I was just. It's sad what the game of basketball has became, bro, because I used to have so much fun as a child, dude. Like the game, it's because of what you see on TV, right? Like what NBA becomes is what street ball is going to become.
And what's hyped up, yeah.
And it just used, when I was a young bro, it didn't matter like if they were the best player, you know, if, you know, I was the youngest kid, whatever it was, bro, you moved the ball around. You played defense. You went for rebounds, you know, like you ran the court. Nowadays, bro, it's literally like, what's my free percentage? That's what it is, bro. It's like, okay, we're going to 11 on half court. We're going to 11 on half court, bro. 4 people, 4v4 on half court. We're going to 11 and we're playing twos. The game can be over in 6 shots. Literally, you know what I mean? Literally, it can be over in 6. Is this a regulation 3? You know, and now you're sitting there counting these as 2 points on a game to 11.
Yeah.
And these motherfuckers, bro, just jet. And you know, I'm an offensive rebounder, bro. So there's times where I'm grabbing 2, 3 offensive rebounds in a row, bro. Passing it out to my teammates and they're jacking threes, dude. And I'm just like, yo, this is not the game I grew up on.
Right,
bro.
exactly.
You know, and it sucks because I can't play full court because people don't run. Eventually, I'm just burning past them, getting layups. And it's not fun. It got to the point where that game, we had one kid with us, bro. Every time he gets the ball, didn't matter how open he was, bro, ran to the 3 line and jacked the 3 up. I swear to God, Steve, he must have missed 11 straight, bro. And people on my team are still passing it to him. Bro, I never give up on a game. I was like, that's enough, bro. Like, if you guys are going to, I'm not having fun. Here I am. You know what I mean? I'm not having fun no more. Here I am sticking the best motherfucker on the court, like I always do. I always try to stick their best offensive player. I stop him. I stop him again. I got a couple stops in a row. And every time I get us this ball, you jack up a 3 and miss. Do you know how demoralizing it is? Sometimes it's not even about someone shooting a ball, but getting them the ball, feeling the ball in their hand, move the ball around. I always try to explain to people like, dude, you have to think about the game. This is a real game in real life that people play professional. Think about the game. Think about the rules that they have invented. They invented those rules because they had to, because those were abused. So one of the biggest things on pickup basketball is no shot clock. There's a shot clock because people know you're holding forever. Till what? Till you get a good shot. Not now fucking days, bro. It's the first person that gets that ball at the 3 jacks it. And it's so frustrating. I'm like, dude, we could take 40 seconds passing this thing around if we got to. Move the ball. I was always taught the ball moves faster than a person can. You move the ball to get an open shot. You don't even got to make the shot. But get the ball in everybody's hands, you know? And like me and Tyler, we're arguing back and forth because I wanted this one white boy who was a hustler, you know? And he's like, oh, the boy can't dribble. I'm like, yo, I do. You can give me the Foleys all day long over the most skilled guy any day, bro. Any motherfucker who can hustle, bro, hustle hard, you know, a little bit of basketball IQ, you can win any pickup basketball game out of here on the streets. But then, if you just play with that right there, bro. Anything beyond that's a plus. But you can't have anything less than that.
Yeah.
You got guys that don't want to man up. There's 4 of us.
And
you got to man up.
And they're just waiting to pull that 3 out, you know?
They're just waiting to jack a 3. And I'm like, bro, he missed 10 in a row, and you're still – like, I grabbed the offensive rebound. I gave it to you, and then you gave it to him.
So I got defensive rebound, passed you to clear the ball, but you just took it up.
And now I'm at this point, like, all right, well, I guess I'm going to go Hawk, which I hate doing. Now I'm not having fun because I'm doing something I don't even want to do. I'm just like, all right, when I get the ball, I'm going to shoot. I got to get better. And you guys are just going to keep jacking these. You know, it sucks, bro. So I ended up leaving that game, bro. Afterwards, they were like, you running it back? I'm like, yo, if we switch teams up, I'll play, man. If not, I went to the other side of the court, bro, and ended up playing with like younger kids and had twice as much fun because they were hustling like a motherfucker. You know, like really on me, you know, making me stick them and shit. Where on the other side, it's like, oh my God, bro, it's so boring.
That's the whole thing is like, you know, it's like, you know, well, people shoot a lot of threes nowadays because of what's strategic in like an NBA game, you know, when you're, you know, trying to min-max, you know, each possession, you know, and you're talking about like, you know, just being able to shoot that ball, open the floor for other shit, whatever. Where in pickup basketball, that's just not the fucking case.
Half court.
Most people aren't going to run at you to go stick you up at that line. You know, most of the time you'll have 3 or 4 buys on the inside or read on the paint.
Yeah, and you have an open shot,
And that 3 ball is not going to open that floor anymore. You know
it's fine with me. It's fine with me if people want to shoot those, but they shouldn't be worth 2. That's how I look at it. I think that everything should be 1s when you're going to 11. You can get to 2s when you're like at 16. But 11, 13, bro, that should just be 1-pointers. And if he's open at the 3 and he's got a good 3, let him bang that 1-pointer.
Yeah.
But to say that that's worth 2 points, like, it just pisses me off, bro.
Especially if somebody just knocked down. just chuck it up, and the next thing you know, game's done.
Game's over. They make 3 out of 10.
And see, that's why like I miss playing like Merritt because like
everybody was talking about that.
Well, that's the everyone was because everyone was an athlete there. Everyone there was part of the gym to get in there, and everyone worked out like a motherfucker there, bro. You know what I'm saying? I played like with some like the fittest guys. Some of them not even the best at basketball, but they were just super fit dudes. You had to run a floor. You know, and at times it was super busy, so you better play to win because you might get on the court for another 2-3 games. You know, on its busiest day, type of deal. You know,
you gotta win.
So you better win. You know, you gotta play. And that's the thing I used to like think was crazy because I remember originally I started going to that gym because Tyler went to that gym, so I would go play with Tyler. Well, at one point he wouldn't even come play, so I would just be there by myself playing ball, bro. And that was just like an intimidating thing, you know, beyond itself because for one. You go into a place where most people come all the time. A lot of people know each other already. You're coming in. They got their 4. Then they're just like, oh, I get this guy. You know, you got to prove yourself. You don't look good one day, you won't get picked up. You know, you got to call winners. Wait for your winners. You know, you got to earn your respect out here a little bit, you know?
And what sucks, right, is like, I'm not even the guy that's going to sit here and give you this storyline. But, like, I'm out there. So, like, you know what we did Saturday, bro. Then we ate. We went right over to that basketball court, bro. I'm in boots. You know what I mean? Like, at that point, I had ran 3 miles the day before. Woke up, hiked with you. You know what I mean? At 5 fucking plus miles of rock climbing. Came back, and I'm on a basketball court. And, like, I'm trying to stick this fresh-ass young kid, bro. And it's like, he's doing step backs on me and shit. And I just can't even cover the ground. And they're all, you know, like, there's like 30 people there, bro. And they're laughing. And I'm like, oh, look at his feet. I'm like, you don't even know. Like, all you guys were sitting at home all day, probably on a video game or something, came out just now. Yo, I've already got 10 plus miles on these bad boys before, you know, I even came to ball. I'm so like, I don't have legs under me. You don't know that. And you're sitting here and you're laughing at me.
Yeah.
And I could drop back. I could drop back at the free throw and go like this and not get embarrassed and just let them blow past me for layups. but instead I'm actually trying to play hard.
Exactly,
I'm
man.
giving it actual effort with these dead legs, bro. And
I'm gonna get better.
And you just laugh.
And I'm gonna get better,
and you
man.
just laugh at me.
Yeah. And I remember I had a couple of times that I like that. I remember there was one time, I got a steal. I was able to run down to the court. I pump fix someone, jumps right by me. I go for the easy, put up real quick. Other dude comes out of nowhere, fucking chase down swats my shit, bro.
Man.
And this dude, he was I didn't even know he had it in him because he was just like one of those dudes to pull up threes all the time. But like next thing you know, like I go to put it up, easy layup, put a smack, just right outside against the net, out of bounds. I'm just like, at least we get ball back,
And what?
Still counted. We got possession,
It's the worst when you blow open shots, bro.
But I mean, like right there, that moment, I mean, I'm talking about, there's 30 people on the side waiting to play right now, in a fucking gym.
Yeah, everybody's watching, man.
Motherfucker.
And you're being scouted.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, That's what I'm saying. And, I wasn't the best, but I mean, like, I played all right. I played enough on that court, I would have run enough on there. So, I mean, it was a fun time. But it was also super challenging because you had to play against people who were always just super fucking athletic. You know what I'm saying? Just like really fit, running all day, super fast.
It's crazy sometimes, bro.
I remember actually the funniest thing was like the biggest threat to me that I ever faced there was someone who didn't even look like a fucking, he was shorter than me. He was a lot older than me, but man, his acceleration was stupid, bro.
And then ain't it crazy, right? Because you're playing with some guys like that, and then you go play somewhere throughout the ball, and you're get a 3v3 where you are the better team by far, right? Yeah. By far, and you shit on the guys. It's no fun.
Yeah, no.
It's way funner being shit on, right? When you're like, damn, bro, these boys are nice.
Bro, that I remember when I was playing, there was this one dude I played on my team, he was just like, he was someone who reminded me of like, where everyone's giving running back on defense. A couple times if there's a couple runs, some people aren't running back. I wasn't running back, And it's like, come on, get the fuck back on defense.
Love it. I love it.
Everyone starts running a little bit more. And then after the game, he comes to me. He's like, look, man, I'm sorry, bro. But I need you to get back on defense.
I love it, bro.
I'm just like, I got you, man. I got you. My bad. I'm tired. I got you.
It was pretty cool. We had a pretty cool moment yesterday when we went out. Like, there was like fucking 40 people down there yesterday, bro. And it ended up being me, Grant, Tyler, and this other guy, this older head down there. And we all played. And like after, like we lost like by 3 or 4, and we got to the side, and like I'm sitting there, and I was like, damn, bro, like it was weird. Like my legs were a little shaky because of how many people were watching, bro. Like we're only playing 4v4. Like literally, there's like 25 people watching, bro. It's just so much going on, and like I was a little bit shaky. I'm sticking Clayton, he's a good baller. I'm balling up. I'm like, damn, I gotta get my shit under me. After the game, I had a good game, But at the end of the game, I was like, damn, bro, you were nervous out there. That was weird, right? And then I'm coming over like towards Tyler, and Grant comes up and he's like, bro, I don't know what it is right now, but like I've got like some anxiety or something. And Tyler's like, yeah, same thing with me, bro. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on right now, bro. We all felt like that. We got to shake that shit. I mean, I'm like, it was time to ball regardless of how many people are here. Like, we're going to have to get it,
Exactly,
like, I felt the same way, though. We couldn't really explain it. Except for how many people were there.
Exactly,
we always ball on this court, and I never felt like that. Yep. Like I felt like I was literally being scouted. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get back right here. I'm like,
yeah. It was one time.
It's funny we all come together with the same feeling,
Yeah, I think there was one game we played, like same thing at Merritt, where like you usually play. Sometimes like depends on who you're on the court with. You'll play to 11, sometimes 16, 21. Sometimes if like it's like really fucking serious, but. We were playing to like 13 this go around, and I remember I hit like 3 or 5 from like 3, and I hit the last shot to win the game. Pretty much.
Hey.
We went plus by 2. I remember just there's a bunch of people there. Just coming up. They're just like, good game, they shooting, good game, they shooting, good game. I was like, yeah, it felt good. We do pretty good. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty good. Especially like you get pulled off the court because your team lost something. And then the next guy going on the court picks you up, just like,
yeah.
It's
just cool getting that little recognition.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of shit, sometimes people don't see, man. Like, I like to do a lot of offensive rebounding down there. So a lot of times I don't grab a rebound, but I'll tip it. I'm always tipping that ball somewhere. Yeah. And nobody really sees that except the person that's sticking you. They're the only ones that really see those little tips because they're right there trying to box you out or something. So they're going for the read, and they see that little tip to one of your teammates, And like we ended up losing that game, And like right away, this old head came over and he's like, "Yeah, my threes are the only thing that kept us in that game." You know, like their team came over and was like, "He kept you in that game with the rebound." You know, I'm like, yeah,
Someone work as a
because
rebound.
they seen the little tips, you know, like Clayton was sticking.
Exactly.
So got to see a couple times when I got that ball back to
Yeah,
my team,
exactly.
keep the possession.
Exactly.
You know, like, I'm
They
like,
see
yeah,
that
man.
shit,
Thanks
man.
for notice that instead of the guy that went 3 for fucking 11 on threes. But yeah, he did score 6 points because he got, 11 threes.
I remember
I can go 3 for 11.
There was this one game. I remember it was like me and Tyler on a team when we had 2 other random people, and we were facing this team of black guys, and they all knew each other. They were all ready to run. They were around the same age as us, so we're all like 19. We probably had like someone who was like 27 on our team, whatever. So I mean, it's a pretty close matchup age-wise too. So it's not like there's like super old, like prime athletic 29, 30, coming every day. We're playing this game, and eventually, like, the last point, like it was like a fast break. I got the ball, took it down, and I did like a circus shot to like my left hand, or like while this kid was like read on me. And I remember like his friends that were watching were just like, "Oh, you let him do that to you? You let him do that to you?" Yeah. We won the game. I was like, "Oh, you let him do that to you?" Because like, you guys thought you could come run us on this bitch.
That's my court.
But I'm like,
that's when you gotta get up on.
But
that would be the best. Just seeing you say that, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
just my court.
I did that Dwayne Wade where I jump on the benches.
Fuck off my court. You're so aggressive. Just like, get the fuck off my court. Get the fuck off my court.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, when I was playing like. Probably like my peak.
Cancel your membership.
Like the peak amount of balling that I was playing, like at this point, I'm like, man, I was like 8 fucking years ago, bro. Like, you get back on the fucking court, bro. Like, you haven't been playing like that since.
You're always bluffing when it's time to hoop, bro.
Like, man,
you got to get out there, like we were just talking about, bro. You always saying you want to hoop, but you never come out there when it's time to hoop.
Yeah, I got to get out there and get better. That's all the only way I'm gonna get better, bro. That's all I'm gonna play.
You're way worse than you.
I
should never say these things.
Go play. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta go play.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
You want to get good again? You got to play.
Yeah, I just want to play ball.
You gotta go there and embarrass yourself a little bit,
That's what I don't care anymore, bro.
Like I said,
I'm out here getting better at ball.
But like I said, not that I cared, but I was nervous.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? I was nervous because it wasn't like my friends or nothing.
Exactly.
That's all right. Well, you want to do good.
Exactly. That's why I don't give a shit, bro. I remember when I used to go when I first started playing, playing at the rec like that, and eventually like there'd be a time after like on days where like. Danny and them and Davon and all them want to get the gym, and all their friends would come up, and I would try and stick around, play a couple. Like I'm like the worst. Well, I'm not the worst on the court, but like I'm definitely not feeling good on that bitch. I'm just like, man, like Danny always sticking me. I fucking hate, you hate Danny. Everybody doesn't like Danny. That's why when I heard the name, I'm just like, Spanish Danny. Hold on, it's like he has something. He has a reputation that precedes him. Just an annoying dude. I played against him, and he's just like, and Davon and them. I remember the day that Tyler had the ball, and he was like flailing his arms all around, and he elbowed Davon in the mouth and knocked it and chipped his tooth.
Oh man!
And I'm just like, bro, how did I get fucked up, man?
I was telling them some stories about that boy, bro. When he was down there.
Yeah.
Still to this day, it's the hardest.
Gosh, when that day, man.
It's the hardest I've ever seen him hit anybody hit a man. The hardest I ever seen a man hit another man was that boy in fucking 5th grade. That was the hardest still to this day, bro, with Jeffrey.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was there for that one.
I don't think I was there, but I heard about that one, bro.
Like,
no one like that kid Jeffrey. I remember
dude, a shot of shots, bro. I've never heard a sound like that, bro. Like legit an earthquake coming from somebody's punch, bro.
Yeah.
And then just seeing a big motherfucker like that leave the ground and hit the floor and just like this dude is like 35 in the 5th grade or something. No, in 4th grade, when we won like that school championship, me and Davon, we had like I think it was like 4v4s, and it was me and Davon.
Yeah, playing basketball.
I threw an alley oop to Davon in 4th grade, bro. That's true, bro. Like legit. I don't know if he slammed it, but like getting up there, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Either way, alley oop at that age,
you know. It's crazy genetics.
Oh yeah, I remember that, bro. Yeah.
Just always had that.
I remember that day, I was just like, man, Tyler, I thought you were. I thought you had a fight with your hands right there, bro. Like,
yeah, that's bad when you're throwing your elbows around too.
Yeah, he was just flailing the ball. He had the ball. Davon was trying to get him. And he was just like, and of course we're playing hard because we want to play with these dudes more. We want to get in that time slot with them.
Yeah,
because it was pretty much that. Like, no one ran the rec center gym. It was whoever would go in there. And when you have all these people, they're ready to run their thing that they normally do. It's like, oh. I'm hoping to get on this little slice of thing that you guys got going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, what's up? You know, can we play? I'm trying to show that I can ball.
Yeah,
you know?
I remember like we balled with them a couple times, man. They had like that lefty dude who was slamming down alley oops and shit.
Yeah, they never had anyone dunking that gym. That was super sketchy dunking that gym, bro.
Dude, the one boy with the lefty. Remember that Davon used to always chill with? I forget his name. I got pictures
bro.
with him and shit,
I don't know, bro. Yeah, I'm not sure.
The lefty that Davon used to chill with. You remember, bro? He used to slam down in that gym.
I'm trying multiple to remember,
times. They told me, his boys told me to stop throwing him alley oops because they said he'll go for everyone. And it's dangerous. Like, we were just chucking them to him, bro. And he, like, not slammed everyone, but he'd always got his fucking that left crane on it and was putting it towards it, you know? He slammed a couple of them down. He was getting up there, bro. And I was just like, yeah, supreme athlete.
I've seen it a couple of times at the rec, but for the most part, no, because like there's nowhere underneath the rim to clear. It's just like you jump the wall.
I think that's why they were saying that.
Exactly.
Bro. And the wall's right there.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Exactly, man. That one was definitely sketch balling in that gym. Yeah. But I remember like I wish we could have got more people. I remember I would try to tell you guys to come down because like pretty much 3 days out of the week we would just have that court. You know, we'd be able to do whatever we want. And there'd be some kids there, but I mean, like if we were there just running and take it over, you know, bring enough people down, you'd be fucking get on time slot kind of thing going on.
But it ended up being a lot of little kids that we had to play with.
It did suck, man.
We played like 3-on-3 little kids.
I was trying to clear them out, bro, to get a bunch of other heads in here, just like, yo, Mr. Edge, you know.
So you know how it is. It's always like I was saying in the podcast, like it's hard to tell someone that I was trying to come here when you lived there.
Yeah, I remember there were times where I would try and get in and play. I remember every Friday there would be this church group that would come, and immediately at 6:30 the gym would be theirs for the rest of that night. A little agreement with Ed or something. I remember I'd chill around afterwards, trying to hope get picked up, you know. But they were just playing with their people, you know. It was all for them, yeah. It was all for them, you know. So I was just like, I'd eventually just stop trying that one, you know. Just like,
I missed
whatever. I'll get it how I can get it, man.
I missed that little table in the rec where you can just get your snacks, man.
Yeah,
that lady.
Yeah,
I forget her name.
There was Miss Dina. There was Miss Joanne. I mean, there was a couple of them. Yeah. They're all pretty big. There was never a skinny woman there, you know.
Cheese, pretzels.
Yeah, I was usually back there. I was Miss Dina. Yeah, usually I believe, you know, from what I remember, really short one.
Dances.
Yeah.
You'd be back there twerking, you know, 3rd and 4th grade. You get a little twerk on you. You're like, what?
Bro, I remember.
Is this what life?
Just trying to feel so hard at these parties, bro.
Oh my god, yeah.
And just try and like get twerked on by somebody.
Please twerk me.
Yeah, just somebody. You know, like, you know. I remember there was one time, like, remember we had like.
You're going out there behind someone.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't really know how to do it.
Exactly. You're sitting there just like, you're just like throwing pelvic. You're just throwing back shots.
Now you do something.
You're really just humping. You're just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Rock hard.
So this
Rock
is what
hard.
3rd grade's like.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Z, turn that shit up.
I can't do that. Yeah, bro.
That's how y'all.
Bro, oh my God, bro. Mr. Z, man.
Mr. Z's that bitch lit down there. I saw it said he must have been a little bit creepy to see all that little twerking going on and shit and be like, never say nothing. Really.
He played a couple of songs.
They never told us to stop twerking,
man. There were a couple of songs that were,
but no one never told you stop twerking.
No, no.
It's like at Skateland, bro. I swear, I know child molesters work there, bro. When you're talking about like 30 fucking teenage little girls, preteens with their asses out getting smacked, and like you see like their
bro, Skateland in middle school was odd.
Yeah, bro. But I mean, when you're a guy and you're going
that's
there,
why, like
12 years old,
growing up,
you get to smack 30 asses for $7.
That's why growing up, all of us were just like, man, the clubs could be so fucking cool.
Yeah, it was like they just stick their asses out
because we're just like exactly like they want to go do this. The guys,
look at them.
You know,
I'm going around again.
Exactly. Well, in 3rd grade, still always get twerked on. So it can't be a problem. 18, you know, when you go in the nightclub.
I just remember like just trying to take that mental pictures, man, when you're coming around that Skateland lap and you're just like 29 asses lined up, man. And you know, you're just hard as a rock, bro. Just
try to get in a cool spot.
Try to find the right bitch.
Try to get a cool spot in the little cha-cha line. You know, just
sounds
like,
weird, but it's true. You know? This is what it is. It's what it is.
I mean,
you know, couple skate,
bro,
or like just like girl skate, you'd be like,
just like you were talking about, you know,
want to skate for real unless somebody want to skate.
Just like you were talking about earlier, like you need like, as a guy, you know, you start becoming sexually aware. You know, like that 10 to 13, 14 range. You're in middle school with a bunch of like, you know, coming into sexual maturity with girls at that age, and everyone's doing this in the same cooped up school, and it's just like you start seeing shit.
Yeah, bro, you
start thinking about shit, and then you're just like,
and once like one person does it, you know, it kind of opens the floodgates, bro. Like that Skateland shit that started out with just like one girl going out there, you know, and it gets to the point where like when it was like that, I was like, I didn't even want to go do it because it still felt weird, but then I see, you know, Daryl's going and Chris is going and, Justin's going. They're all smacking asses. And I'm like, well, I guess they want us to smack their ass, And like the guys would put their ass out and, it'd be a joke, but like, it's not a joke the other way around. Somebody's 12-year-old daughter's getting her ass smacked at Skateland.
I mean, if you want to touch me, you
multiple
can come,
dudes.
like you can come.
Bro, I watched a bitch give head under a jacket at Skateland on the side, bro. That's 100% fact. In front of those fucking refs and everything.
Oh, bro, that's a whole fucking little.
They put a jacket over her head, dude.
A little hormone
jacket
pit, bro. That's a little hormone pit, bro. Like
many people fucked in the bathroom, and I'm sure there was some fucking underage sex going on.
That's the thing that like when I think about like my high school, man, it's like there was like when I first went there freshman year, we were in like an old elementary school because our building was being renovated, and then when we went back 10th grade the next year, the auditorium and like all the old hallways underneath, like the basement and like where the band room used to be, they weren't still done. So like it would be blocked off. I mean, like people break the locks all day, and like you go in there, bro, and there's just Henny bottles, condoms, every fucking where, bro. Blunt guts, everything, bro. I remember we went down there and got fucking drunk a couple fucking times, bro. Went down there and smoked weed. I remember like I remember I was chilling. I was going with my friend Sheree, and we we're gonna meet her friend, and she was like, "Yeah, we're gonna smoke a blunt." I'm like, "All right, cool, I'll come along." Yeah, it's by the pool near the gym. I go near, I'm following her. Next thing I know, I'm in the girls' locker room, walking past Nebby's sister, who just started going there when I was a senior, and she's just like, "Steven, what the fuck?" And I'm just like, "Okay, well, I'm just following Sheree." We're smoking this broom closet in the girls' locker room, bro. I'm just like, what is going on right now, bro? Like, what the fuck is going on right now, man? Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, you just do whatever you want in this bitch,
and then
man.
Once that opens up, bro, just like we talked about the lockers in the gym at Southeast, bro, connected.
I remember the worst that ever happened. In high school, I guess maybe not the worst thing, but one of the fucked up things, like one time I go to take a shit in school. Can't hold it, man. I'm just going to shit in the bathroom. I go to the most obscure bathroom on, the second floor, all the way in the back, near the back hallway. Go take a shit, whatever. Go take a shit. I'm in there about 2 minutes. Next thing I know, bro, every fucking 10 heads come in there, start shooting dice while I'm there shitting, bro. I remember I'm in there. I'm just like, fuck, man, and I hear a couple voices that I know, and I'm like, it's, I'm all good. And next thing I know, I hear is like, "Yo, is that Steven?" And I'm just like, "Oh fuck!" I'm gonna find out anyway. But man, like, yo, they knew immediately. Like, "Yo, is that Steven, bro?" I was like, "Fuck, man, what the fuck?"
No, it was you.
Yeah. Well, I'm probably just saw my way. Like, probably go look, saw my ankle or something, and just be like, "Steven, bro." It's like, fuck, man, god damn it, got caught up in this bitch. And I'm walking on my way out. I'm just like, yeah, whatever, I just saw the one dude.
Who won? Who on the dice?
My favorite one was always this guy named Black, because I always felt funny me calling him by his nickname Black. He was like, whenever I would see him, he would just be like, "Oh, Steven, fuck you." I'm just like, "Fuck you, Black." He's like, no, fuck you, Steve. I'm just like, it was cool, bro. I remember there was one time me and Tyler bought like perk 5s off him, and we're like, "Yeah, we'll see what all the hype's about." And I ended up not taking it, and Tyler ended up taking both of them. And I'm just like, "Oh, so how you feeling?" He's just like, "Yeah, I think these are duds, bro."
The whole time he's high on perks.
I don't know, bro. He took my 5 too, because I didn't want to do it, bro. I was just like, "Yeah, I don't know about that, bro. I'm good."
You backed out last minute.
Yeah.
You were gonna try. You said like what all the hype's about.
We're just like, "Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna perk, bro."
That's cool, the best decision you ever made.
Perk. I was like, "Yeah, bro, I'm good, man." He ended up taking both of them, bro. Like,
probably like iron pills or something.
And he was like, "Yeah, bro."
He probably would have threw up.
He was like, "Yeah, bro, those are duds, man. I'm pretty sure those duds." But I ended up like leaving eventually, because I was just like,
we smoked up everywhere.
Smoked the pepper. Somebody's even there to see what happened to him. It was just like,
he
just told me they were duds. And I was like, "All right, bro, I'll holler at you, man." And like, I seen him the next day. He's like, "Yeah, they were whole duds, bro." He's not gonna tell me he fucking projectile vomited everywhere, He's like, "Bro, they started smacking. I threw them everywhere." I was gonna tell you that.
I gave Stu some perk dick.
Yeah, that was the fun. That was a hilarious decision story, you made there, though, man. I remember there was another time we ended up cutting school, and then I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna show you something, bro. I got something for you, man." So we leave school, we walk back, we go to the old truck stop, and he pulls out a cross joint, from like Pineapple Express, like legit, like he rolled in shit. I'm just like, "Oh, it's fucking legit, bro. Cool." We end up smoking it, whatever. Next, he starts lighting shit on fire. Nothing happens. Bush catches fire, goes out. He lights a little fire somewhere else, whatever. We walk away. As we're walking away, bro, we look back. And there's just a shit ton of black smoke coming out of this bitch, bro. And there's a dude pulled up right there calling 911 already, and we're walking out of this bitch, bro. And I remember we're just sitting there, we're walking out, we're just like, oh, what the fuck? Oh shit, what the fuck just happened? Oh my god. And then we just dipped. We just dipped from there straight up. All we went down, jumped down the train tracks, right on the train tracks, and just dipped inside of Wendy's right down Eastern. And we're just like, what the fuck, man? I was like, what the fuck did we do? Fuck. We just tried to
We're
lay
going to
low.
jail forever.
We weren't even high anymore because like we were so scared that moment. Like we were
Remember
just
we
like,
brought that furniture there, like the one day
Yeah.
Rodney was there.
dude.
Where the fuck we get that furniture?
I think we just found it dumped, bro.
And we just
Because people would
we
dump.
carried that
all-
like 6 big blocks, bro.
I'm not even sure. Like people would dump shit
We
everywhere.
carried
bro.
it hella far,
You had,
all the
you
way
had
there.
the oil barrel there. You know, you
Yeah.
just fucking light a fire. I remember there was that one day we
Good
saw a
old
sketchy
memories.
junkie. He was just ripping out the
Oh
copper.
yeah, he was cool though.
And he was just like,
Fine.
y'all do your thing. I'm just here I'm getting copper.
I'm just getting the copper.
Yeah, exactly.
I got dope.
Whatever, you guys are cool.
Gonna
I'm
get
cool.
dope.
And we're just like, yeah, all right, bro, man. You know, get your thing. Whatever. We're gonna be over here, smoking. So it was just like whatever, bro. It's like just come across a fucking grown ass man. You guys are 16.
Crazy
you know,
thing
just
about
like,
those, all the little stories like that, man.
yeah, man. It's
Yeah.
so weird, bro.
They add up, bro. Another great
Good times,
cast.
man.
Love
Good
y'all.
times.
Keep checking us out. See you soon. Stay safe. Stay positive. Test negative. Keep it sexy.
Like, share, subscribe. We appreciate it. We'll see y'all next time. Y'all have a good night.